So now with that curve here, let's go to the top view, and then we duplicate that guy, hit Control D, and then we move it here to a point somewhere about here. And what we can do now is we can go in there and duplicate it once more and bring it here in the center. Somewhere about there. And then let's loft that curve. So go to object mode and select the first, shift select the second, and finally shift select the third. And then go in and say under surfaces, loft. And there you go. So we got the loft in place here, and it's looking alright. So now we have to tweak that. So we can do this by tweaking those curves. Let me let me not open that window. So that was a shortcut I have. It's Control Alt and O to open up the outliner. So let me select, I think it's the second curve. So there's curve number 2 that we did. And let's tweak this from the top view here. Go to Control Vertex. And let's move the last row of that curve where it should be. And then we go to the curve number 3, because yeah, we first created that curve here on the left side, then the second one was this one, and the third curve that was the one that we copied to the center here. So if you have a different yeah, you find it out. So okay, so again, Control Vertex, now with that curve selected, right click, Control Vertex, select the last row, and let's move that close to that main case, like that. And again, we take curve 2 and Control Vertex of that curve and bring that a little bit closer. Okay, let's check that out in the perspective. Let me close that outliner window. Okay, that's looking cool to me. Okay, so we have that piece done here. What we could do now is take care about that other piece that's a little bit smaller. So let's try with copying that last curve, or the second curve that we made. Oops. Let me again go to the outliner, and let's select curve 2, which is the one here on the side, and let's duplicate that guy. Hit Control D, and then we bring this guy in place. It has to be somewhere about here, and we move this guy a little bit closer to the main case, and then it has to be scaled down. So if you take a look at some images, you will see that the smaller pieces here that are a little bit, yeah, they're just smaller, so they almost have the same shape, but yeah, let's try to do that. Okay, so again, let's first work with this one. So let's change that pivot here, hit D and then C, and bring it somewhere here on that curve. And I know it has to be scaled down in Y a tiny bit, and in Z. So let's check it out from the side view to have a better idea how that looks. So it is okay. If you take a look here on the top view, has to be, so the end part of that curve has to be somewhere about here. So let's go to the quad view, and I scale that in Z from the side, but I'm looking at the top view to that background image. Somewhere about here. Okay. So with that, it's looking Looking alright, but maybe we want to scale that guy up in Y a little bit, and then we move that guy down so that the bottom parts here are on the, so that edge is on the same, almost on the same level as the edge from the first NURBS geometry that we created. So let's move that down. Let's maybe go to the side view and check that out. Sometimes it's hard to see where exactly you want to put that. Somewhere about here. And then let's move some control words here. I think the whole thing from this point on has to be moved up a little bit. And then we take those points, move those up. And then finally those points here. Something like that. Okay, so I'm running out of time here again. So yeah, let me pause the video and we'll go on taking care about those rest of the pieces of the wristband.